Hello, my name is Ilona. In this video, I'd like to take a look at the countries Spain, Portugal, and France. In Spain, at the moment, there are few restrictions. They still have the mask they need to wear in closed spaces. Also, if you want to travel to Spain, you need a certain pass or you need to show a test. That's obviously negative. I also found that in the region Andalusia and in Catalonia, there are curfews. In Andalusia, it's from 2 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the morning. And in Catalonia, it's 1 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just going to see what the next 2 weeks, what the energies are in Spain. Oh, well, things are moving fast. This is the card above, that's the Eight of Wands. The central card is the Emperor. This is the card in the past, the Ten of Cups. The card underneath is the Ace of Pentacles. And the future is the Six of Pentacles. So my first thought with the central card is the military. So my feeling is that the military is pretty much in control in Spain. This feels like the shadow government, the white hats that are pretty much controlling. A lot of things are happening. So in the next 2 weeks, things could change very fast. That's the feeling I'm getting, and it could mean a new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles is like a completely new start. So I'm really curious what's going to happen in Spain, but things are going to change and could change quite rapidly in that way. But the future, that is a beautiful card. There will be balance again. It's like they're balancing things in Spain, in other countries. So things will be balanced again. So Spain is looking for a beautiful future, but I'm a bit surprised. But I have a feeling things are going to move fast in Spain. Things are happening there. So we'll just wait and see. But I believe we'll see more of the military there, or at least that they're probably in control, and they're probably going to show that. It looks like quite positive cards for Spain. Now I'd like to take a look at Portugal. I found out you need a pass to get in or test. And also in Portugal, you need a pass to, if you want to check in your tourist accommodation. If you want to go to restaurants, casinos, or saunas, you'll have to show and prove that, or you need a test, or you need to show that you have a pass with that you've gotten the wasp stings. So that's pretty sad. I'm going to see what the next 2 weeks will bring for Portugal. This card above, that's the Knight of Swords. This is the Eight of Swords. That's the central card. Card in the past, the Ten of Cups. Card underneath, that is another sword card, Two of Swords. And this is the future, and that is the King of Cups. Well, at least the future is looking quite bright, but at the moment, this feels very restrictive. So the next 2 weeks could feel like restrictions are going to be tighter, or they maybe someone is going to, I don't know, some kind of fight in a way, or there's a lot of fighting going on. Maybe on the background, people don't know about, so there could be a fighting between the black hats and the white hats. Things are going on, but it will feel very restrictive for people there. So the energy is an energy of restriction and closed off. So people will feel closed off. They don't feel they're in touch with their intuition. It feels like a very closed off environment, and also quite aggressive environment. So that's what I'm sensing for Portugal the next 2 weeks. But the future shows the King of Cups, and the King of Cups, the cups are of the element water. So this is about connection. This is about emotion. This is about intuition. So Portugal will be able to reach their intuition and connect with their emotions again. I'm talking as people of Portugal and the country Portugal. So this will bring connection. There will be a new way connecting with each other. Right now, there's a feeling of isolation. I have a feeling that that's going to continue the next 2 weeks. So that's a little bit more negative than Spain, but there's still some fighting going on, some things going on the background. And now I'd like to take a look at France. I've already talked about France in my video. It's a Dutch video from July 31st. I already mentioned that I believe that this is a white hat operation, what's going on. They purposely picked France because the people of France do not take any, you do not mess around with the French people. They protest, they go out in the streets. If I was a black hat and I wanted to put out that mandatory wasp sting, I would most likely pick another country in Europe to try that, like Germany. Germany is a country that a lot of people comply there more easily. They follow the rules, they quite obedient. I'm not saying that every German is, but it's kind of the German spirit to follow the rules, so to speak. And the French don't. They follow their own rules. So to be honest, I really felt, and that's what I said in that video, that the white hats purposely picked this country to put this out because the people would say no, the people would stand up for themselves, and you're seeing that. You can see that there are strikes, they don't put up with it, they refuse to do anything about it. There are a lot striking, they're leaving their jobs, they're not going to do anything until the pass is off the table. So Macron has a real big problem at his hands right now, although I'm not even sure if he's in control of anything. But I'd like to take a look at France for the next 2 weeks. What's going to happen there? What are the energies there? This is the moon. It's the card above. This is the card, the central card. That is the Page of Wands. This is the card in the past. That's the Seven of Swords. Card underneath is the Four of Cups. And this is the card for the future, the Five of Cups. So my feeling is that this is the energy of the white hats. I kind of connect them with the wands. And this is the Page of Wands. So this is really an opportunity to stand up for themselves. And they are doing that. That's what they're doing. They are, in this case, this card stands for not accepting it. They are not happy with this at all. They are not tolerating it. So they'll stand up for what they believe in. They will not accept what's given to them. So you see someone completely like shut himself off. There's a cup, someone trying to reach him. And that's the offer they're making to the people of France, and they are not accepting it. So they're like, no, this is not going to happen. The moon, so there's a lot of confusion also going on. Like I said, I believe this is a white hat operation, or at least they're in the background, and they purposely put that out in France, just so people will wake up. And the French, they take things to a completely different level. They will go out, they won't stand for it. And the moon, so there's a lot of confusion, because I'm sure there are a lot of people like, well, this means that the black hats are in control because they're making it mandatory. There are a lot of people, of course, afraid that this is going to happen in other countries. And in a few countries, the pass already, well, they made it mandatory in a way, but this is really to wake up people. So there's a lot of confusion going on, but this is really to shock people as well. And like I said, I have a feeling that the white hats purposely picked this country because they don't accept anything. The French are very vocal, and they won't back down. But the future for France will be that there will be a time for healing. This is a time of a lot of things will happen, a lot of sadness. This is a card about facing the sadness, facing the disappointments. So I do believe for a country they need to heal. There's a lot of healing needed, and I believe that this is pretty much the card for the world. just globally, not just for France. So much has happened. So much has been taken away from us. So much has been repressed, suppressed. So many horrible things have happened. And it's time that we will need to face and deal with that and deal with that pain. So I believe this card is not just for France, but also for pretty much everyone else in the world, the countries. We will need to heal. There's so much healing to be done. But it's important to understand that we decide ultimately where this is going to go. We are pretty much in control of what's going to happen if we, again, connect with ourselves. We really need to understand how powerful we are. We create reality. So we need to start creating this beautiful new world, and we have to start feeling that we're approaching this beautiful new world, because then it will happen. We do have an effect on the timeline. We do have an effect if we focus, if we clean our energies of all negative, all the pain, all the disappointments, the healing that needs to be done, and we will see a beautiful world before us. So that's really our job, not only to stand up for ourselves, but to stand up in our energy, take control of it, take control of our authority, and start acting like that, and then beautiful new world will be created. We'll still have to go through things. This period of healing is not going to be easy. But if we stand in ourselves, we'll be able to help others reach that same level. We'll be able to raise everyone's energy that's open for that. That's what we need to remember. That's what we're here for. That's what people that are awake are there for. We really are here to unite, to help each other, to raise our energies, and to help other people raise their energies if they're open for it. So I want to leave it at that. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.